Bob Mack here for The Interval. Just a few years ago, a band called RFA established a devoted and growing fan base centered around the University City section of Philadelphia. They were four guys who had met during an audition, quickly hit it off, and bonded over a shared love for stripped-down, hard-driving, contemporary rock and roll. Despite a passionate audience and a love to perform live, the band broke up, leaving their lead singer and lead guitarist, and this episode's subject at a crossroads. He left Philly for Brooklyn, produced a debut EP titled Here's 5 Songs, and had a hot single titled Look Back. He's Dan Cousart, a talented singer, songwriter, and guitarist. Following inspiration and an invitation to record in Nashville, Dan stopped by the Interval Studio last March to share his rock and roll journey with us before leaving for Songwriter's Paradise on Music Row. With me today is Dan Cousart. Dan, welcome to the program.
Hello, hello.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So one of the first things we do as a tradition to the Interval, especially the Interval of Philadelphia, is establish your cred with Philadelphia.
Sure.
So what is your connection to the Philadelphia area?
I think a lot of the roots go pretty far back. You know, I was born at Jefferson Hospital. My great-grandparents came here from Ireland, and
oh, you're going all the way back.
Yeah,
You're
all the way back.
going to the
yeah.
ancestral affinity to Philadelphia.
I'm a, I guess, fourth generation Philly area,
Nice.
person. But my family grew up all in the area, and their parents grew up in the city and everything. So.
Okay. So your genre is more rock, that kind of focus.
Sure.
How did you become a rock and roll musician? Where did that start? Where did that begin?
Where it started, I was not good at sports, so had to find something, and I saw the American Idiot Green Day music video when I was probably 9 or something like that, and that just that idea just lit my mind on fire.
Wow.
But I officially started playing and really trying to play guitar when I was 12, 13, something like that. So that's when it started to stick.
Nice.
Yeah.
So right now, you have an EP of 5 songs out.
Yeah.
And the album or EP is called 5 Songs.
Yeah, here's 5 songs. Yeah.
Song that I've been listening to it over and over again, and just super impressed.
Thank you.
And one of the things we want to do is play a track, and you've got to use the old cassette player.
Sure.
Right. So we're gonna just go and play the track for everybody, and we're just gonna press the play button. There we go.
Day by day, off to the parade. Say to lend a hand, say to understand. Well, I don't have the right to look back up and fight. Everyone has got to stand until the rest to use them. 'Cause they don't care about you. Knock on the door, they don't care about you. You are not free to do so as you please. When people say they are your friends but have their own agendas, no, this will not work. When you're overworked, look at it all, you're bound to fall. Oh, I can't do this anymore. It all gets so much harder to erase. That feeling when you're feeling out of place. Take my hand, you'll understand. Let's drive your daddy's old sedan. Let's drive until we can't look back no more. No, 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 they don't care about you. It's harder to erase the feeling when you're feeling out of place. Take my hand, you'll understand. Let's drive your daddy's old sedan. Let's drive until we can't look back no more. Oh, no. No, they don't care about you. Oh, you just knock on the door. No, they don't care about you. No, they don't care about you. No, they don't care about you.
That song has a lot going on with not a whole lot going on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's got a good,
Sure.
it's got a phenomenal beat. It's a clean song, and it's got a really hooky melody.
Yeah.
And you're using your vocals as an instrument too.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Where did you learn how to do all that? Or where did how that song come about?
Sure. I started doing some demos at Headroom Studios in Kensington.
Okay.
Probably just before the pandemic with my co-producer and friend, Kyle Pulley. And, I recorded this song in, like the initial version of it in my basement, just doing a voice demo. And it was, a lot faster. It was supposed to be more of like a Franz Ferdinand song.
Okay.
And then, Kyle and I were just, just trying to see if we could like do anything together, work together. And, so I played him this song and he was like, okay, like what if we like slowed it down? And then he added the snaps. And, it just kind of built from there.
You were in Brooklyn for a while, right?
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn for a year.
Right.
Yeah.
And then before that, you were in the Philadelphia area with friends. You were in a band called RFA.
Yeah.
And RFA had quite a following. I mean, I looked at the Spotify numbers.
Yeah.
Like they have like 4 or 5 digit following, like listenings on a regular basis, even now, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
so
it's
a
pretty
really good
cool.
body of work. And you were the front man and lead guitarist for that band.
Yeah, and songwriter.
And songwriter. So you
Yeah.
wrote the songs for them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've had a lot of time, energy, and history with music creation, production, and performing.
Yeah. 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 I mean.
Years.
Yeah. It's just kind of been my life since I was 13.
In RFA, how often were you guys performing? Like every month, every week?
When we were in college, we were performing a lot. I would say probably 50% of my weekends were playing shows someplace with them. Like we really like put a ton of work into playing shows, and especially earlier on before we really had much of a following, we would just play so many basement shows and just sometimes pack up and like go to Boston or Richmond or something like that. And I mean, I think by the end of it, we were a really tight unit, and that was because we just played so much, and we were, together for a long time. So, yeah.
And so towards the end of RFA, that was a pre-pandemic, 2018, 2019?
Yeah, I mean, we officially broke up in 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then some time, and then you ended up in Brooklyn.
Yep.
And why Brooklyn? Or were you going to Brooklyn as an objective, or was it just a friend visit, and then you just hung out there for a while? What?
Well, I just always loved New York,
Okay.
and the thing that was mainly keeping me at that time in the Philly area was the band, you know, and then we broke up, and you know, I don't know, I just always had a real deep love for New York, and so I wanted to give it a shot, and tried to do some music up there, and it's expensive and hard as shit up there, so
Right.
you know, came back and just wanted to catch my breath before the next move, you know.
Any other piece of hardware that you got to have when either you're performing or
Yeah.
aside from your guitar? Like your favorite guitar
Yeah.
is, I think I remember reading, is a Strat or a...
Yeah, that kind of that changes. You know, I recorded. I think a Strat is a great instrument in the studio. It's just so versatile. But I kind of have been going back to my SG. I put P90 pickups in it, so it's, you know, a lot fuller of a sound. I really love that sound. But then, you know, when I play out, I'm just playing my Martin, so I think it really ranges, and it depends on the situation.
Right.
You know.
Now, to that point then, are you going down an acoustic path? Like you want to be an acoustic performer for the time being, and that's where you're going next?
You know, I'm kind of just open to whatever. It's kind of been a weird thing with you know, going solo, because you know, my recordings are very, like, you know, there's a lot of instrumentation.
Right.
You know, there's sometimes, like, you know, 5 guitar tracks and 20 keyboard parts or something like that. And I basically just do a live cover of that, you know, with an acoustic guitar. Like, it doesn't, you know, what I'm doing live and what I'm doing in the studio are very detached from each other right now. So, you know, I mean, I'm interested to see what'll happen if I could actually get a band together down in Nashville. You know, get some musicians to play with or join a band or something. So, you know, but kind of just winging it.
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happens, I've got a strong feeling you're going to be very successful.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You've got great talent, and you've been committed to it for so long. Right?
Yeah.
And you're staying with it.
Yeah.
You know, when you do something where you're going, and it's sort of like that old Cortez, like burning down the ship, right? And now you got to stay, and
Yeah.
you know, you got to be committed to your objective.
Sure.
And you're doing
Yeah.
that very thing with moving out to Nashville.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
That's really remarkable. So I can't thank you enough for joining us on the program.
Thanks for having me.
It's great having you, and you know, please remember us, you know, later, and hopefully we can have you back in
That'd be great.
whatever studio we're in
Yeah.
for a future check on what's going on with you and
Sure.
what your future is going to look like.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Well, I think Dan heading out to Nashville will be Philly's loss for just a short while. He's sure to be back, herding a new wave of passionate fans. He's just released 2 new songs, and you can find them via links to his music at the Artist Episodes page at theintervalstudio.com website, as well as through your favorite music platforms like Amazon, Apple, Spotify, and so on. We will have Dan back again here on The Interval for an update. As always, please remember to hit the like and the subscribe buttons. It really helps support the cause for rock and roll salvation Philly style. I'm Bob Mack. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.